what's the general feeling around the squad going into the start of the new season?
Well, I think there's a sense that while they haven't made huge additions to the squad, that there isn't necessarily a need to do so. Now, obviously, the initial reaction to the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo was for everyone to say, right, who comes in to replace him? But I think over the few weeks that we've had since then, over the first week or so of pre-season training, if you like, how would I explain this? Kind of the emotional management, if you like, of Cristiano Ronaldo departing. There has been a sense of people finding this realisation that there's really, really good players in the squad, that Gareth Bale can take a step up, that Asensio can play a much more significant role this year than last year, that maybe Karim Benzema can become somewhat less of a facilitator for Cristiano Ronaldo and more of a player for his own right, that the quality that Luka Modric demonstrated, which they already knew about, of course, but demonstrated again in the World Cup, I think has led to a certain degree of optimism going into this season, and the sense that maybe Lopetegui is the right person to get something out of particularly that younger generation of mainly Spanish players.
Let's take a look, shall we, at the possible starting 11 for Real Madrid. And Cristiano Ronaldo, as Sid said, his departure has dominated our conversation, but still, that's a really good team, isn't it? Good enough to win La Liga?
Well, that's a bit of a big statement, but that starting 11 is you know, that starting 11 can win La Liga, yes. A very, very good starting 11.
Yeah, I'm tempted to say yes, but then you have to keep in mind that this squad plus Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't made La Liga a priority over the last few years. Only what, 2 or 3 to show over the last decade. But still, you look at the starting 11. And it's an incredibly talented starting 11. Maybe you want to say this Real Madrid team doesn't have the depth, maybe to compete in both the League and Champions League in the manner that you may expect. But as a starting 11, everybody stays fit. That is an outstanding team.
Sid, what was interesting last season, I thought, with regards to Real Madrid, obviously they started the season badly, and then pretty much that was it, wasn't it? It kind of threw in the towel with regards to the domestic challenge, put all their eggs in the Champions League basket, and we know how that came out. I imagine this time round La Liga is even more of a priority than it has been over previous seasons.
I think a little bit, yeah. And I think obviously, you know, it's worth pointing out that as you've suggested there, that up to a point there was this sense of them kind of giving up on the league title. But I think they gave up on the league title at the point at which they already thought that it had gone. I think it's important not to, and I think Real Madrid are thinking this at club level, it's important not to let that squad of players off the hook for not winning the league on the grounds that, well, you know, you kind of threw in the towel and won the Champions League, so it's fine. It's not fine. And, you know, 2 league titles in 9 years is not good enough for a club that's as big as Real Madrid. And I think you're right. In that sense, the league will become partly a priority this year. But bear in mind that it was 2 years ago as well. And Zidane, more than anybody else at Real Madrid, where they've always made a very big thing about the Champions League, where the Champions League is where their identity has been forged and kind of been projected over the years. But Zidane publicly said time and time again that he wanted to win the league. They won the league title 2 years ago. This year, even when they were in the semi-final of the Champions League, even when they got to the final of the Champions League, even after winning the Champions League, Zidane kept saying, the moment that's given me the most success was winning the league title. So he, at least, always had it as a priority, even if it's true that he then went and won 3 European Cups.